I think it's time for a new reading vlog. Okay, for my first book of this reading vlog, it's nighttime, obviously. I'm bringing the ambiance down, but I chose One True Love by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love just about anything she writes. She's one of my favorite authors. This is about second chances. Who is your true love? Is there such a thing as one true love? And while I'm reading, I like to turn on something just to like have on in the background. So I will be rewatching Will and Grace. I got on a Will and Grace kick a few weeks ago, and so I'm just going back through the seasons. I love classic sitcoms, and to me, Will and Grace is one of those last classic sitcoms. We just don't see that in television very much anymore, so that's what I've been in the mood for lately. So let's get to reading. Okay, so I am about 80 pages into my book, One True Loves. I'm really enjoying it. The backstory, like the build up to the story, is so interesting. And one thing I love about Taylor Jenkins Reid is she does backstory and character building and world building so well. Like, that is her thing. And so I really feel like I'm in this story with them. I feel like I know these characters. I'm rooting for Emma. I'm rooting for Sam. I'm rooting for Jesse. I want the sister to be happy. Like, all the things are so interesting. I love all of these characters already. And I'm only 80 pages in. Like, I'm so invested. I am at the part. So, like, in the first half of the book, we see the plane crash. We learn about the plane crash. We know, like, in the first page that she is engaged to someone else, and she gets the phone call that Jesse is alive. And then from that phone call, we go into the backstory of how her and Jesse got together and their whirlwind romance, and I'm into it. I'm loving it. So I'm gonna get some more reading done, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Good morning. It is July 3rd, so almost the 4th of July here in the US, and I am gonna do a reading sprint today. I am about a third of the way done with my book, One True Loves, and then we will come back together and see which book we will read next. I'm gonna take my coffee onto the couch, get some reading done this morning. So I finished One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I loved it. And I mean loved it. Anything she writes, really, I'm probably gonna enjoy. She's just one of those authors for me. That was, I think, my first 5-star read of the year. The question of, do you have one true love for your whole life, or do you have a one true love for now, and then maybe you outgrow each other and you have another love for who you become, is so interesting. And I think she does it so well. You root for both Sam and Jesse. Jesse's the husband that goes missing. Sam is the fiance, and you meet him right at the beginning of the book. Like, that's not a spoiler. And I would love to know what team you're on. Team Jesse or Sam. I love both of them. I love the growth of both of them. And Emma grew so much, but to make her decision of who she was going to be with, she had to learn who she was and what she wanted. And I think that's really an important step in a lot of stories that we don't see very often. So I rated that book a 5-star, and I loved it. And now we are moving on to our second book of this book vlog, and it is Princess Academy by Shannon Hale. I don't remember ever reading this, and it's been on my TBR for a long time. I know it's a children's book, but I don't remember ever reading it, and I've been And I've been seeing people go back over this series and like rereading it. So I figured since it's kind of gaining traction right now, I'm going to read it for the first time. Okay, so it is later in the day. I have not started reading The Princess Academy at all. I had to do some stuff at home, and now I'm getting coffee for a friend of mine who just had a baby. She had her baby a week ago Monday, so he is 2 days short of being a week old. So I am grabbing her a coffee and a special treat for being a great new mom, and then I'm gonna head to her house and hold the baby. And I'm so excited because I also got to be the first one to hold the baby in the hospital. She called me to come meet him, and I'm in love with him. He's so precious. What else? I'm about to start listening to the audio version of The Apple Doesn't Fall. I think that's the title. And so I think it's supposed to be like a murder mystery. Maybe not even a murder, but definitely a mystery. It revolves around this family called the Delaney family, which is so funny because my middle name is Delaney, side point. But it revolves around the Delaney family, and one day the mother of the Delaney family goes missing. So now it's like, well, who did it? Where is the mother? And who's responsible? Like, what secrets are in the family that made her go missing? From what I can tell, that's what it's about. Now, I could be totally off because I have not started reading it yet or listening to it, but I'm about to turn on the audio, get coffee and treats, and then head to my friend's house. I'm dead. Whoa. I've started listening to The Apple Doesn't Fall, and it's about this family. I think I talked to you guys about it in the last clip, but it's about this family whose mother goes missing, and the kids are trying to figure out what happened. Like, where is she? Why did she go missing? Who's involved? Who's not involved? And all the family secrets that are coming out in the middle of them searching for their mother. And I think I'm only on chapter 4 or 5. I don't remember. There is a girl who shows up at their parents' house a year prior to the mother going missing. And this is all, like, obviously first 20% of the book, so I'm not spoiling anything. But this girl named Samantha shows up and has like been abused by her boyfriend, or that's what she's telling Joy and Stan, which is the Delaney kids' mom and dad. And they let her spend the night. And so all of this is happening a year prior to the mother going missing. So the kids are trying to decide, did Samantha have something to do with Joy's disappearance? Was it the dad? Some of the kids think their dad had something to do with it. The other half don't believe the father had anything to do with it. And they're trying to decide if they should call the police or not. I won't say I'm like super invested because I'm not there yet, but I am pretty close. I'm interested to know what's happening, and this is a good, like, I don't know if it's supposed to just be a mystery or if it's a mystery thriller. I don't know. I'm going in kind of blind because I found it on audiobook on Libby. And so it's like my driving book. When I'm driving down the road, I need something to listen to. I put it on. Today I'm doing some church stuff. I'm making some graphics for the rest of the month and some little video reels and all the things. I'm gonna keep listening to The Apple Doesn't Fall. I'm gonna drink my coffee, get some dishes done, do some work for the church, and then I will meet up with you guys in a little bit and see where we are. That was a good swim, can you tell? My goodness, it has been a week. I'm currently at Whataburger, waiting on my food. I got the banana pudding milkshake. It's worth the try. I mean, it does taste like banana pudding in a milkshake. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. But it has been a week. So I'm currently listening to The Perfect Rom-Com by Melissa Ferguson. I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm 30% of the way through at this point, and it is just so good. It's so good. I love the characters. I love the story. I'm obsessed.
I can't think of their names, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway. Our male character, I'm pretty sure his name is Jack or Jake. He is a publicist, and he meets our leading lady, whose name will appear right here, um, as she is like pitching her book at a writers pitching convention in Nashville. And she knows that she only has one more chance to make it worth the money and the trip and all the things, because the convention's almost over and she only has one more interview. So she meets with Jake, or Jack, whatever his name is, and is very forceful with him. And while it doesn't go the way she thought it would, she ends up becoming a ghostwriter for a very popular author that he is representing. And so we then fast forward 2 years, and we are seeing that she is still ghostwriting for this other author, and her book is still on the back burner. Like, she's still waiting to hear back if it's going to get published or not. And she's hearing a lot of good things about her book, but it's over pages. I think they said it's like 600 to 1,000 words over what would be a good seller. I just got my food, so I'm going to check in with you guys later. This girl is starving. I think I've had 2 pickles all day long. Let's go listen to this book. So, Bryony is her name. My lunch was really good. It was sweet and spicy wings from Whataburger and that banana pudding milkshake. Excellent. So, we're about to get back on the road. I'm loving this book. It is so obvious that Jack and Bryony are into each other, and everyone else around them can see it, but they're oblivious to it, and it's stupid, but I love it. I'm loving this book so much, and I highly recommend. I love it. I love it. That's all I got. Hey guys, so this is the end of this week's reading vlog. I know that it was kind of crazy. It's a bit choppier than what I would normally like for my reading vlogs, but it's just been wild getting everything done. A lot was jam-packed into this week that you guys didn't see, that you will see like in the upcoming vlogs. There's just a lot of things to talk about and see and do, and summer is here and it's hot in Tennessee. But let's talk about the books we read in this vlog. We read, let's see, so Taylor Jenkins Reid, One She Loves, 5-star. Probably my first 5-star of the year, and it's July. Like, I'm really picky. That one was absolutely a 5-star read. Princess Academy, I got maybe 5-10 pages in, and I decided I was not in the mood for it. I didn't really want to read it. Like, it just didn't capture me. I know it's a children's book, but it just, sometimes a children's book can capture you and you just want to read it. This book did not do that for me. So at least for now, it's a DNF. Maybe one day I'll read it to my kids or my nieces and nephews. I don't know. We'll see. Then we read Apples Never Fall. Apples Never Fall, I think I got 30 or 40% of the way through, and I DNF'd it. It just was not very captivating. It moved very slow. There were a lot of POVs that just did not add to the story really at all. They were just kind of there as part of the story, which is fine, but it felt like the story was dragging on. We weren't really moving forward in the story at all. So I think about 40% of the way through, I went ahead and DNF'd that. And then the last book that we talked about in this vlog is the Melissa Ferguson book. Okay, hold on. Okay, the last book I talked about in this vlog is The Perfect Rom-Com by Melissa Ferguson, and I gave it a 4-star. I really enjoyed that book. The more I thought on it, the more there were things that I wish we could have seen differently. There is a 2-year time jump in this book that I think, I don't want to say it was lazy writing, because it wasn't. It was obviously there for a reason. However, I think there was so much story and character building that could have been developed in that 2-year jump that we just did not get to see. I would have really liked to see how they became friends and how that really happened, because we are given this time jump and then we are just expected to say, oh, okay, cool. And it also felt a little bit like these characters were stagnant a little bit because we didn't really see them develop until the last fourth of the book. And in that third act area is kind of where we start seeing some character development and the reasoning behind some of Jack's ways. And I think there was a lot that could have been explained and talked about, and I would have loved to have this book as a dual POV. I would have loved to read it from Bryony's perspective and Jack's perspective, because this book was a lot in Bryony's head. We get a lot of her inner monologue. It's through her POV. But I would have really liked to see Jack's and see his perspective. And I think it would have helped us understand Jack a little bit more. We would have understood his motives a little bit more than having to wait till the very end to understand why he did what he did and why the story played out the way that it did. But I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I do think it was lacking some character development, but overall it's a typical rom-com. You have your friends to lovers trope, you have your forced proximity, you have your typical enemy in the book with Amelia. So it was just really sweet. I loved it. There are just some things that could be adjusted and it would be an absolute 5-star read for me. But that is all for this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm getting back into the habit of recording and vlogging and talking about books, and I've missed you guys. I do love reading. I do love talking about books, and I kind of forgot that this is one of my favorite ways to do it. So you will be seeing more of me. I'm getting things in order. There will be a weekly video. You may see more than one video a week, but for now I'm committing to once a week. Lots of books to be read, lots of things to talk about, lots of things happening in the homesteading community that I think could be really talked about. We have some changes in our personal life, which is going to cause a lot more cooking and scratch cooking and canning and all of the things. So it's a lot of fun. This last 6 months of the year is going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you stick around. And if you have stuck around until this part of the video, go ahead and drop me a firecracker, because we're back and it's July and I'm excited to be here. Bye guys.